So, Fennel is probably still whistling, meandering, everything else. Hang on. But, Mary's still going around. Unfortunately, it seems like something is coming through the woods after Fennel. In the marsh. So she can kind of potentially hear it. Now roll me a perception check real quick.
Okay, where did I put my dice? Perception check is a D20, correct?
Yes. Because
I rolled an 18.
I am bored.
You rolled a what now?
I rolled an 18.
There we go.
Ooh, nice, 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 nice. Alright. So, Fennel has been going on, and she's kind of been looking around, just keeping an eye out, right? She's looking for basically two things. She's looking for her little friend, for her little wood elf friend.
Yeah, it's unlikely. Fennel thinks it's unlikely she'd venture this far, but you never know.
You never know, and Fennel does remember sensing her in the thicket the other day, kind of heading towards Pinella Pass herself, but they didn't say hi, didn't leave anything, just kind of a meh sort of a thing here.
Yeah, Fennel was busy. She had orders to fill. It's a busy week.
Mm-hmm. So Fennel is listening very intently, and she starts hearing the familiar sound of two sturges up in the skies around her, and they seem to be getting rather close. So, what does Fennel do?
Okay, now remind me what one of those things is again.
It is a tiny beast that is essentially a horrible amalgamation of flesh and bat, and it likes to suck blood.
Ah, and it's nothing that her animal handling could send away, correct? She can't resolve this peacefully, on the other hand.
I don't think so. It doesn't say anything about that, so I'm going to assume no.
Well, in that case, she quickly stops whistling the second she hears it, and pulls out one of her hand axes and hides.
And hides?
She won't she won't fight unless it's absolutely necessary. This thing's flying, she's in a foresty area, she's decently sure she can hide and either surprise it or let it pass.
Alright. So, go ahead and roll a stealth check for me.
D20 as well?
Yeah, that would be
I rolled a 17.
Rolled a 17.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm looking at your sheet. I don't... What's the checks?
Checks on strength and constitution.
Oh, okay, but you... So, yeah, so you have no modifiers for it, okay.
No.
Okay, so Fennel hears the familiar sound of the sturges, and she's not really... She's in a good mood. She didn't want to deal with the little bloodthirsty fiends today. So she readies her battle axe, but crawls into the hollow of a hollowed out nearby tree. And she's really quiet, and she's kind of just listening. And the sturges seem to stick around for a little bit, for several long minutes, but ultimately they do pass, but it takes probably about 3 to 4 minutes. So, while Fennel is... Yeah, no, you go on.
No, go.
No, like, while Fennel is kind of waiting it out, is Galahad doing... He's done eating, Romulus is done eating. What does Galahad do? Perhaps an insight check to remember what he needs to do?
Why would he need to do that? No, he's going to go in and start asking questions about the deserter,
Okay.
trying to give as little information himself as possible.
Alright. So, Galahad is done eating, and he's been thinking about what he's here for. He knows that, he knows the deserter's name, he knows what he looks like, 'cause it's a, person of his own, what was it, Legion? Legion? Yeah.
Cohort.
Cohort, thank you. Well, to be fair, you've got what? Legion, Frumentari, Cohort. You have too many different things. And, too many different
I
things.
could have gone right down to the straight contrabandium.
Oh, Lord. Anyway, so, the captain is now coming back out again, and he sees Galahad, but he's in a much better mood. He's got his mead, and he's got his rum. They didn't have any vodka today, so he kind of took a double shot of both. So he's got a, he's got a mug in each hand, and Galahad looks at him, and he kind of knows a little bit about him, in the sense of they've spent a month on the same ship together. And so Galahad weighs him down. The guy comes over, and Galahad's like, so you're from around here, right? And the guy's like, yeah. Takes a nice good swig of his mead. You didn't happen to see a guy by the name of Jesper Gotturian coming through here, these parts, 2-3 months ago, did you? And the captain just kind of blinks a little bit, takes another swig, this time of the rum, and then he takes another swig of the mead, and then he takes another one of the rum, and he's like, yeah, I do recall someone saying their name was that at the tavern. Also asking the directions to Pinella Pass. Feller looked quite a bit dressed like you. He a friend of yours or something? And what does Galahad respond with?
Galahad's going to go ahead and respond with pretty much the same thing he said last time. It's not his concern who he was to Galahad, and that it was Imperial business.
Captain just sighs, thinks about it, just kind of nods a little bit. Another swig of rum. Well, you follow this road right here that we're standing on, mate. You follow it down the round a little bit to the left. Nice big gates. And you head over, just continue down the path. Should see a sign towards Dew's Thicket. Then you gotta go through that to get to Pinella Pass. Hopefully the signs are still up. If not, that means some idiot probably ran them over again. Don't let the gates hit you on the way out. Captain heads back to his ship. What does Galahad do?
He's going to think about how much he really just wants to burn this place to the ground. And then start heading in that direction.
Alright. Breaking character for a moment. Fucking finally! God! Anyway.
I was considering having him do that tavern brawl.
How about you save the tavern balls for when the party's actually together?
When you have a barbarian with 3 axes on your side.
This is true. This is true. Oh wait, I have mead. That's right. Woo! Woo! Chaucer's does not go down as easy. Woo!
You're having Chaucer's, really?
My mom bought it because she couldn't find my favorite one. So I'm just getting it out of the fridge.
Chaucer's, really?
Yep. To be fair, there's only like 3 different kinds here.
But
okay, we'll take it back. There's a couple other
Chaucer's.
different... Yeah, I know. Woo! Anyway,
I thought I was the
so...
one that had the nasty drinks.
Oh, you are. You drink vodka. You drink rubbing alcohol. Anyway.
It's a bit stronger though. No, it's not quite as strong.
Yeah.
Also, rubbing alcohol tastes a lot better. Anyway.
Anyways,
I'm just gonna.
What an interesting conversation we're having.
Yeah. Sorry, we're skipping ahead because somebody's not being very nice. Okay, so Fennel is doing fine. She gets out and she gets there. Miri reaches Pinella Pass first. She is hot. She is sweating, and she is really just done with this swamp by now. I think. Bree, please leave my room. Ed finds that the first sign to Dew's Thicket is there. He finds the second sign is down, but he follows the deep tracks of foot traffic, and he goes the right way. I cannot be bothered to ask you to do a perception check at the moment, because it would be just my luck that you get a nat 1. So we're just going to say that you are following a cart that you know is going to Pinella Pass. And so Fennel gets there second. I am ignoring you. You are so lucky you are not here because those fish slippers would be out. So Miri gets there first.
Wait, hello?
Are you alright?
Okay, my thing keeps disconnecting me, and it's
Oh no!
really annoying. I'm gonna switch devices really quickly. Give me 5 seconds.
Okay.
4, 3,
Wow.
2, 1. Alright,
8,
carry on.
7, 25,
Oh my god.
33.
42, 13.
1,000!
64, 69.
Oh my god. I actually saw that one coming too.
I did not, but I should have. It's Quest.
Excuse you, I can only say these things when it's not in.
This is true, but you completely missed your time to say the one. But he's really proving it, isn't he? Anyway.
Do I need to walk out again?
You're fine.
So, the order in which everyone showed up is Miri got there first. Fennel followed through the gates. Well, not really followed, but she arrived just probably 10 minutes after Miri, I'd say, and Galahad eventually gets his butt to where he's needing to be. And I no longer have gray hairs. I'm sure he's about to give me 5. So, we'll start with Miri. What does Miri do after catching her breath?
I'll be generous and make it 6.
After catching my breath?
Yeah, because I feel like she'd take a minute and just, you know.
I mean, yeah, she's been walking for like
3 days. Yeah. So what does
what's 3
Miri
more?
do? Oh gosh.
What's 3 more?
While she's mourning too, because I'm mean.
She got the mourning done after the funeral. It's okay.
So what does she do?
Is she at a tavern, or did she just rest the moment she got into town?
So Pinella Pass is too small. They do not have a tavern or an inn or anything like that. The best they have is a bit of a, you can't really read that because I thought you could, but it's essentially a bakery / a little bit of a cook shop. So did she stop in there, or did she just kind of plop her butt?
Yeah, I think, Miri's gonna go ahead and go to the bakery and get some food.
Alright. So...
Which is Pinella Pass?
Oh, I never wrote it down. I'm an idiot. It is the one just above Dew's Thicket.
Ah.
Yeah. I'll fix that. I need to make some minor adjustments to it anyway. These maps are subject to change. Because I can't. I'm not good at this.
You're fine.
Right. So...
I mean, at least you have a map. River doesn't have one at all.
This is true. Alright, so Miri is there. She, the woman there is quite motherly and, kind of has a daughter Miri's age who's also off adventuring. So Miri gets her food for free.
Woo!
And so Miri is sitting there eating, some fresh bread, some cheese, some fruit, a little bit of nuts. There's not a lot there in the sense of like luxury type foods, but you know, the woman does her best.
I feel like I wouldn't know the difference between luxury food and commoner foods.
Yeah, this is true. So she would just be eating whatever. So she's eating. Fennel has arrived to town after, and what is Fennel up to?
Fennel is carrying her bag, going around to everybody who ordered.
Right.
And I believe the last on her list,
You believe the last on our list is the bakery? Okay. So Fennel, I'm sorry?
I said so she's gonna head to the bakery, and she's been to this town enough that you know this person.
Yes, she would know this person, and this person's name is Yvette.
Yvette?
Yvette, yes.
Okay,
Yep. So Fennel has delivered her goods, and she gets about a collective total of 10 gold for her trouble. So, she does that. Yeah, I don't know where you want to put that, but gets an extra 10 gold.
Write that.
You're cutting out for me. Is she cutting out for anybody else?
Is who?
She's just real quiet for me.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Okay, can you
You're
hear
fine.
me better?
Yep, you're good.
Yeah.
Alright, let me write this down. So 10 gold, and yeah, she's the last place she needs to be is in the bakery. She's gonna head there.
Alright. So Fennel goes around. She doesn't really talk to people just because she's shy, but everyone's quite appreciative of the teas. And so she gets more gold, but she spends the surplus on the other plants that she wanted. And so she puts them in her bag.
They're about shops about. Oh dear, I don't. How much is she gonna end up with?
What, with gold?
Yeah, what's her total after spending some exotic?
She will get about 10. So 10 total. Yeah.
Cool.
But I feel like she would have gotten. She still has some just because, like, from before and whatnot. 'Cause she's been doing this for a while. That roll.
Bold of you to assume she carries money on her.
I mean, Ayla has most of hers hidden away at her house, so you never know. Yeah.
Fennel carries like an explorer's kit whenever she goes out. She has her essentials and she has the copper.
Yep. So And Fennel is off and enters the bakery as Miri is eating. We're gonna skip over to the troublesome ranger over there who's giving me gray hairs. Galahad has finally entered town. So what does he do?
He's gonna go ahead and let me think about this one actually. Galahad is going to go ahead and ask where the nearest place that people like to gather is.
So, Galahad enters town for reasons. Okay. So Galahad enters town, and to the right he sees a bustle of people selling various wares and whatnot. And so he just stops someone. He's like, do you know where people, places where people gather in this town? And
Other than the market square.
Other than this little market square, yes. And so the person that he grabbed was the town's hunter, one of the hunters, and the guy is kind of busy. He's got some kids around him, and he's trying to wrangle them up. And so he's very quick, short to the point. He's like, oh, yeah, of course, sir. It's just down that way over on the left side of town. You can't miss it. It is going to be the bakery, and that would be Ivette's shop right there. Got a, decent little sign. Can't miss it. But there would be, unless, other than here where people gather here. So, best of luck. And the guy goes running off after a little boy that looks about 5. So, does Galahad go walking over there, or does he decide to do something else?
Very good question.
I am going to throw the biggest party when y'all finally get together. Do I have any real ice cream in this house? Because I feel like this is going to be an ice cream moment. What do y'all think?
Yeah.
Okay. So, regardless of if Galahad wanders over there or not, because time up. Fennel has just entered the bakery. Miri is about halfway through her meal. What does Miri do?
So I've seen both Fennel and Galahad come in.
You were the first one to arrive to town, so at this moment, Fennel might have seen you, but you did not see either of them. But you might see her, since you're seated by the door, you might see Fennel walk in. Just depends. Are you too busy in your food? Are your thoughts elsewhere?
I scarfed that down the moment I had it.
Elsewhere.
Are you choking on your food since you scarfed it down really quickly?
I would hope not.
Go ahead and roll a Constitution save. That's what I would do, honestly.
But you're mean and I'm not. Fennel?
Fennel walks in and kind of glances at the strange thief. The only reason she's strange is because she's never continues on to the counter.
That's a lie, because this is the most brightly colored tiefling you've ever seen in your life.
She's orange. She is Fanta soda.
You're forgetting Thistle. Anyway.
Okay. I mean,
What's up?
Hello?
I literally just finished her ref. Would you like to see her?
Wait,
Yeah.
gets to see and I don't.
I'm gonna post
Put it in the map.
I wanna see. I
It's
like
gotta
seeing
get
art.
posted.
Oof.
Also, I need to disconnect really quickly because it's being glitchy.
Yeah, okay.
Disconnecting and reconnecting help, so I'll be back.
Okay, going back to the troublesome person. So has Galahad decided what he's gonna do yet?
It depends. Is fire an option?
What did I miss in the 5 seconds I was gone?
You didn't miss anything. You're fine.
Pretty much,
Okay,
yeah.
my
Yeah.
voice, my connect real flaky, right? Oh!
Other than that, it sounds like Keelan might be banging her head against something. Can't tell. Yeah.
Okay, ow, that hurt. You
Yeah,
did
how
this.
about
I
now?
would assume.
You did this.
No,
Okay.
you were the one who banged your head against the wall. Not me.
We can hear you.
Hooray!